I tell you what, mate, this is a lovely touch from you, taking me out for a meal just before the season starts. I mean, I haven't seen you all summer, but this is proper nice. And you said you're going to pay for it. You never pay for anything. This is very, very strange, man. What? I can have anything I want? Alright. Well, I know this place, and it ain't cheap. So I'm going to have a lobster and the most expensive wine on the menu. What? I was joking, mate. There's no way you can afford this place. Seriously? How are you paying for this? You've got a little side job. Christ, I haven't seen you at all for weeks. I have no idea what's going on with your life, but fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Who's this? The girlfriend?
Stringfellow, how's it going? Look, firstly, send a thank you to our mate Balzac. His cup win there provided me the flights to get to this ski lodge. But more importantly, right, our new advertising campaign. I'll send you a picture, right? It's blown up. It's blown up. People are paying me to put your picture up. I tell you, mate, it's time to come out of that shadow, right? You're going to make some money here. You're going to make some money, right? Stick to the agreement, right? 25% to you, 25% to her, 50% for me. You are going to make an absolute mint from this, mate. Anyway, enjoy. Catch you later.
What the hell was that? So not only is Green on CP making money out of my name, he's now cut you into something, and you and your girlfriend and him are making even more money. I'm the one who's bringing us anything by being a manager. I'm the one who puts the freaking money and the bread on the table, and you're all making money off me behind my back, and I'm making absolutely nothing. This is an absolute piss take, mate. Seriously, I didn't think you could do this to me. I feel like I've been stabbed in the back. Do you know what you can do with your lobster? You can stick it up your... Hello and welcome to episode 6, season 6 of The Road to Anywhere. Man and your Journeyman adventure as always. Thanks for watching. Your view is the most important thing, but if you want to give me a thumbs up, a comment, watch an advert, or even become a patron, that would be massively appreciated. If you are brand new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you all hit the bell, and then never miss any of this series or anything else I ever get round to doing. So, here we are. It's the 1st of September. Played a bit of football up until this point. And you might remember we got second in the league last year. We also won the cup. It was fantastic. So we're in Champions League qualifiers, which you can probably tell I've been playing Champions League qualifiers because look at the freaking bank balance. For a club like us, that is a hell of a lot of money. Now I sold off about 7 or 8 players. Got a decent price for a few of them. Made £2 million as well. Half of that came from Marcus Mina. Decent, really good left back for this league, but I felt like I had one who was okay, pretty equal to him, and I had a youngster who had a lot of potential. So when this bid came in from Olympija, is it? For just under, I think it was 975. I couldn't say no to that. So I brought in a few players. Let's run through them quickly. The first one cost me 475 grand, and I ain't even gonna try and pronounce his name. But I think for us, he's brilliant. Picked up on a complete freebie. He had no club. He'd been released. 24-year-old Mohamed Diamande, who I think could be really, really good for us. Play in the middle, play behind the striker. Definite quality player. Picked up on a free. He's not a world beater. All right. He's not a world beater, but he's okay. 23-year-old Maro Perkovic. Yeah, just a squad filler. Now this lad's cost me $1.5 million combined. I've not paid that in one go. From a team in our league, not as good as us though, but he's a fantastic prospect. Now he'd asked to leave, he was requested to leave. I was surprised because I think he's 18, he looks absolutely brilliant, and I wasn't necessarily looking for a striker, but sometimes things just fall in your lap. I then signed on a free again. This guy had been released. I'm guessing he didn't want to sign a new deal at 19, but brilliant. My scouts loved him, they'd already scouted him, he's worth a ton of money. Good centre half. So this is a squad arranged by ability. I'm not going to go through it all because it takes forever, but they're a good little squad now, and I feel like I've got players in every position. I felt like our only weakness maybe was we've got a good goalkeeper and got a good backup, and my defence. I think going forward in the middle now we are brilliant, right? I was probably right about all that. So it is the 1st of September, and we're not doing too bad here, are we? Hey, started off pretty well. So after 7 games, I was top of the league with those other 2 teams. And I'm just going to say it now, but it's going to be us 3 all year toing and throwing, battling it out. It's a battle. It was a fun battle. I don't know if it's a battle I'm going to win though, but we'd started well. Darko, look at him, eh? All the lads call him Donny, if you know what I mean. He started brilliantly, best player in the league at this point. Luka Licklin is leading the assist charts. He gets tons of interest throughout the entire season, people wanting to buy him. Also, the takeovers collapse started again. It is a bore fest, and it also collapses again. But things do change. I mean, the board don't change, but maybe the way they want to run the club, the way they want to do things changes towards the halfway point of the season. We'll talk about that later. We, of course, won the cup. Dynamo won the league, and there's a Super Cup. I not even looked into it. It just fell on my lap, and I was like, ooh, you never know. One-off game, cup final. No, Dynamo is still the daddies of Croatia. So with us having some Champions League football, I thought we'd share a little bit of Champions League music together. Now, a team like ours, no chance really, has it, of making the Champions League proper, but it's just nice to hear that music. Now, you also might realise we're not playing in our stadium because our stadium is crap. We're actually playing in our rival's stadium, Hajduk Split Stadium, which is pretty cool. Make a bit more money, hopefully. But what was absolutely brilliant, even though we eventually got knocked out, is that we didn't just go straight out. Now, Sparta Prague, you would expect to beat a team like ours, so I was very proud of this. We drew 2-2 at home, as you can see, and went to their place and absolutely tore them a new one. Then we got Porto, and I mean, this is the same round Dynamo would have come into the qualifiers. So, you know, 2-2, I'm thinking, really? Are we going to go away and do it again? But of course we didn't. We got beat 4-2, like a mirror of the previous side. But I was super proud of this because I don't know how it works. It's new and I've never studied it. You just see what happens. That's what I do a lot of the time. Look at that. We are in the Europa League group. The proper Europa League. So excited. So of course, runners up in the Super Cup. Obviously, we are the champions of the Super Sport Cup. They want to get into quarterfinals of that. Champions League's gone, but we get 2 home games and a bit of extra prize money. Not bad. So of course, in the Europa League, you don't play everyone in that league, do you? You'll know this by now, I'm sure, especially if you've been watching my channel with Oldham and so on. You play a select few. So these are the teams I was playing, and even we are who we are, but I'm not going to say which teams, but I was looking at that thinking 1, 2, 3, 4 teams I think games we could win there. 4. I'd love to know which 4 you think it is, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So you may know I've got a good young centre half. He was on £5 a week. I talked about in the last episode where obviously offered him a new contract and his agent had a locked-in minimum fee, and it was way lower than what he was worth. I think at the time he was worth 2.something million, and it was like $500,000 or something. It was pathetic. Now, I didn't know this, but a few people have told me now in the comments, and friends who've watched my series, that if it fails, you can then go back into your agent, speak to him, tell him you're not happy with it, and you can renegotiate it and get it out. I tried. Didn't work, right? It didn't work, and they didn't want to speak to me, so I couldn't do anything. But when I did go back later, a couple of weeks later over the summer, he had maxed it himself without me actually asking. It's still not great. His minimum fee is only 2 million. That's a bit of a worry because he did have interest from Italy at one point. He hasn't now, but he did. That never materialised, luckily, because I do like this kid. Now we've jumped forward to the 21st of January, a little bit further than normal because there's a few things I need to show you. The Europa League group isn't over yet, and my next game is against AC Milan away from home. At the moment we were 3rd in the league, still in it. We've dropped down to 3rd, but we're still in it. You know what I mean? It's been good. Darko's 2nd. That Mislav Orsic is a beast. Even though he's getting on a bit, he's still a beast. Luka Licklin is still doing well when it comes to setting the goals up. But yeah, this was going to be a tough moment, and the reason we're jumping back in now is because not long before this, a takeover failed again, right? But we'd accumulated money from the Champions League, from the Europa League, and you saw the finances at the beginning. I had no wiggle room in their wages, and I was overspending. I asked them to increase that wage budget and increase the transfer budget, and as you can see, look at that, 6 million in the bank. Europa League money's coming in, but they gave me 845 grand, and they gave me more to using them wages. So you can change that, can't you? You can adjust it, and I needed to adjust it because about a day or two ago, our goalkeeper, who I think is very good, all 6'5" of him, Dominic Takak, got injured, out for 3 months, and this is my backup just before the Milan game. So we're going into Milan game with him in goal, and also defensively, I just felt like we were lacking at left back and at centre half. And I know that if we get out of the group in Europe, you can change 3 spots in your squad. So I thought, let's try and use that money as best we can to fill them 3 positions I need filling as quickly as possible. Let's have a look at the league results quickly. So you can see how well we started. You can see why we were top of the league at the beginning. Lost that game though, but they're a good team. Dynamo drew with them. Beat our rivals again. Just beating them for fun. Obviously these are in there with us. I can't pronounce them. I'm not going to try. But we did beat him. We drew with Dynamo again, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Got beat off them again. I mean, to-ing and throwing, it's honestly, I like it when it's like this, where there's a couple of you, at least 3 of you, like switching positions and taking points off each other, relying on other teams and just scrapping to the very, very end. So honestly, it's been the best season, definitely in Croatia, that I've played so far. When it comes to the cup though, we're out. We won the first round against a no-name team, absolutely demolished them, 7-1 with a B team. And then they played them, didn't B team it because they're a good side and they've done well against me in the league. So yeah, we're not going to retain our cup, which is unfortunate because I felt like we had a good chance. I thought it'd be nice to go back to back, wouldn't it? So we jump forward now to the 2nd of Feb because these are my 3 new players and you need to see them. So obviously scouted a lot. The scouting team's pretty good. I had a look at who's on that list, who's available. And I don't often sign older players, but 32 is a goalkeeper. That's a good age for a goalkeeper. It's Sene Dieng. He's Senegalese. Played 5 times for his country. He used to play for QPR, apparently. A lot for QPR. Never heard of him, I'll be honest with you. We've got him from Lugano. For what his minimum price is there, it cost me 375 grand. But not only do I think he's good, I think he's probably better than the keeper we had anyway. So we've got 2 absolute ballers in the goal now. And signed for 250 grand, another oldie for me, 33 years old. But on paper, I still think he's a very, very good player. From a rival as well, he was up for sale, transfer listed. Now, up until this season, he's been a regular for them. Played every game, it looks like. This year, he'd only played once. But he's not had an injury. I think they've just got someone else in. They've moved on from him. So he was transfer listed. So I think for us, he's good because he's older. He's got great ability as a centre half. He's a big guy, 6'6", which is mint. Which brings that experience and age I felt like we needed at the back. And then for about 750 combined, we've signed David Jurasek, who's a Czech. 26, played for his country 13 times, left back. Fantastic left back. He's actually used to play for Dynamo, so he knows the country well. He's played in this league, and I just felt weak there. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I made a mistake in selling Mina. I just think the lads didn't step up, basically, and they should have. One of them should have anyway. So we've got a quality left back in, some real solid, hardcore experience in the centre of defence. We brought in another great goalkeeper, so we've got 2 great goalkeepers. So I felt really good about that. And when it came to the Europa League, we've got through. We didn't get in the top 8. If you get in the top 8, you skip around, you go through. If you go below that, you have to go for another, like a qualifier, and not an earlier knockout round, basically, which hasn't been drawn yet. And I'll show you the table in a minute. But we did all right. So the 4 teams, I don't know if you had a guess. The 4 teams I thought we'd beat were Hammarby, Apoel, Qarabag, whoever they are, and Olympiacos. They were I going for. So we beat Hammarby. We got battered off Wolfsburg. Look at that. Welcome to Europe, Shibenik. Beat Rangers. I didn't think we'd beat Rangers. Got beat off Athletic. We beat them, like I said. We battered them, like I said. Milan. Obviously, that was a game you can see. I didn't even play the other one. I put a kid in because he was in better condition. Yeah, Mr. Milo didn't work out for me. And then we drew with Olympiacos, but it was just enough because we finished 15th. So you've got to get in the top 16. So if you go from 9 to 16, you then go through to the earlier knockout round. So proper happy with that because we kind of only just did it there. It's quite there's a lot going on in the numbers wise. 13 points, 16th on 12, I think. Yeah, so it's close, but we did it. I was really, really chuffed. More money, on to the next one. Now, like I said, the Takeover collapsed again, and they kind of changed the mentality. You'll see they've said no to me a lot here, and someone did mention in the comments that if your determination's low, it don't help. But then when you think of Supernova, they said yes to a lot of things for me. I just think they were a bit... There's that many takeovers gone on. I don't think he's really been into it. But maybe the money's helped, because I asked him to upgrade the youth, upgrade the trading, and he said yes to both. And he also said yes to upgrading the youth recruitment, which is brilliant, because even if I don't stay here at the end of the year, like I always say, I want to make the club as best as I want to leave it in a better place than I took it over. Better facilities, better squad, better reputation, a trophy if you can. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. It's now the 22nd of May, so that's the end of the year. 3.7 million in the bank, transfer budget's gone, but we're not overspending just by what? 40 quid or something like that. Well, that's good, isn't it? I was really happy with the season. There's been a few frustrating moments, but it was good. It was a ton of fun, and I've loved my time here. So I thought we'd go back to a previous game in the Europa League against Rangers at home, technically, not our home, just to share the Europa League music. Now, I always used to turn this off. I always turn it off, but people have been telling me during my Oldham series to put it on. That's why I thought I'd share them both with you. But this just doesn't have the same magic, does it? It doesn't give you that same excitement as the Champions League music. But could we be on a run here? Could we be going to the Europa League final with Šibenik? You never know. Well, we're going to have to do better than this. So we drew FC Utrecht, who, yeah, the better team. How it was only 1-0. I mean, they had a goal disallowed, but how it was only 1-0, I have no idea. But when we bring them back home, well, not home, to the stadium we're playing in, a stadium actually, I'm going to share with you now. Well, our rival stadium brought us no luck, and after the pounding we took, a switch tactic. I've done this quite a lot this year. I do it quite often anyway, thinking it might help. And I think we were okay, but they were better. I mean, we got a goal disallowed. I think that would have been a game changer. Things might have gone a different way, but they just had a bit more quality than we did. So what about the league with one game to go? Yeah, we didn't win it. We kind of drifted a little bit, but we're still not far off. And we've got a chat. I think we finished runners up last year with 76 points as well, by the way. So we're only a point off our last season's point total. What were we, 7 points off the top? I mean, that could change if Dynamo lose. But you know what? I want to finish second, but to do that, we've got to beat HNK Garcia away, and then our rival up there in second. I've got to get beaten off our proper rival. So you know, there's maths is involved. But hopefully we can somehow scrape it in the second. These are the results for the end of the season. I can't remember where we jumped in at the last moment, but you might notice before the game I've highlighted, we beat our rival 3-2. You've got to shout that stuff out. And I've highlighted HN Gorisaka, or whatever they're called, who we beat 2-1 there. And yeah, we did alright. Again, look at this. Only got beat off Dynamo and Dynamo. I mean, what's happened to them? I don't know. But the last 2 years, they've just been our bitch. And we've even used their stadium. They're like our little biatch, aren't they? So this is a squad arranged by average rating. I haven't looked at it yet. I thought we'd save this for the end. Have a look at it in one go. Darko, brilliant little player. Like I said, I wasn't looking for a striker, but sometimes things fall on your lap. And you know, whatever happens in the future, I will keep tabs on that kid, because I think he's going to be mint. Be cool if we could take him with us if we do leave. He's wanted by a rival, but I think he's bigger than this league. I think he could kick on at a higher level, but we'll see. The new boy here, he'd been released. Was it from a team in Norway, I think? Great player, you know. Great player. All these lads have been good. Janet's been good. Licklin's been good. They've all been good. Mappy. Goalkeeper-wise, Mr. Sammy came in. Senny Dieng took the job for himself. Dominic Takak's injury. And I mean, he's had a few games, but honestly, a great little team here. I love putting teams together with a bit of money or freebies and peanuts and so on, but really, really chuffed with it. So yeah, one big game left. Can we finish runners up and get them back in that Champions League qualifier? Well, here we go. Last game of the season, and I want it to be a big game. I want us to go out in style. We have been great. The only team that's been able to beat us for months is Dynamo, who I I reckon I could topple eventually, but that team out there, that is a great team. Experience at the back. My new boys are all in there. The best players on that pitch. I think like we can do well. We should be doing well. But to do well, we need we need to do our job, but we need our rivals to help us out. It may not happen. Maybe the gas has run out of the tank. I don't know. We'll give it our best shot. I'm still chuffed with the season. I still think, right, if I put in a few more seasons, we'd win the league eventually. I do believe that. Right, come on. Here he is, the big boy. Why is my big old centre half out on the wing trying to be a winger? Gives it Ozolins. Cuts it into Yannick. Well, this is a journeyman. You can't stay at a club for 5 or 6, 7 years. But I do know if it was a one-club save, I reckon I could. I reckon if we can get second, get back in Champions League, even not Europa League, and get into like the proper group stage and earn a good few million quid again, I honestly think we could start building a team. More and more. A team that could proper challenge and maybe win. Oh, go on. Get in. What an No referee. Checking goal review. Don't do us. Don't do us. Oh, dropped in some encouragement. Come on, boys. Here's Wagyu. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see where the journey takes us. We'll have to wait and see, though, because if I'm honest, I think after 6 episodes, it's time for a vote, I think, because I've loved it over the last couple of years of this series where I've brought the vote in, getting you guys involved. Here he is again. Ooh, and let you have a little say on maybe where my career goes. So the vote will be open at the end of the episode. Let's go, let's go, let's go. No matter what happens. Oh, it's in. That well like it went wide, but the referee, checking goal review. Don't. Get in, you bastard. Oh, and Hadjuk just scored as well. We're into second. Get this team back in the Champions League qualifier. They got money in the bank, and they've got a good squad. But I would happily stay another year, and that's what it's going to be down to you. And like always, if you're brand new to this series, you've never taken part in a vote, I always go with what the highest vote is, even if I don't agree with it. But I'll be honest with you, I'm happy to spread my wings, get on the motorbike with my CCPO and go on an adventure. But I'd also be happy to do another season. I am genuinely not asked. But I kind of feel like it is kind of like job done in a way. I think we've put the club in a better position, better facilities, great squad, money, bit of European football. We've given them a first major trophy. They're still playing an absolute shithole of a stadium, but can't do much about that. Do you know what I mean? Getting 6'6". 6'6". Goal of a 6'6" centre half, haven't you? Look at him, mate. They've given up on him. He'd been given up on. And now he's coming for second half of the season. At the minute, could finish higher than the team that had given up on him. Right, come on, boys. We're going to pick this up. He's keeping it alive, is Yannick. Finds Romy, who's totally dilly-dallying on the ball and give it up. What a twonk. Well won back. Here's the kid. Oh! So I'm quite excited because there's a couple of jobs available right now. And I reckon there'll be more over the summer. What I don't want to do, though, is resign, because I did too much resigning in last year's series. It really affected my career down the line. Kept resigning to see. Just resign, let's find a job. But it does bite you in the ass eventually. So I'm hoping I can go from job to job properly. I mean, I'm excited if I do leave. I want to go somewhere I've never been. But you've seen for yourself, didn't you? All the places I have been over the course of this entire series from FM19. I've been to Argentina quite a few times. But it'd be nice to go somewhere I've never been. I'd like to maybe make a step up. I don't want to go to like a mega club. I don't think I'm good enough yet, reputation-wise, to get to a mega club. I don't want to do that anyway. But there is a job available right now in a league I've never been to, right? A big team in this league I've never been to. The league ain't one of the biggest, but it's a good league. Good footballing country. Oh, go on. But they have like a relegation. I think the league splits and they have like a relegation group at the bottom, and they nearly got relegated, and they're massive. So I mean, that might be a shout. I'll show you at the end of the episode. But here we go. Come on, cut it across. Let's kill the game. Well done, kiddo. No messing around with the referee this time. No, he's happy with that one. I just want to take this time actually to wish happy birthday to Keith Jackson, all the way over there in the United States of America. Great subscriber, great support to my channel. Can we score for Keith? No, he hit the crossbar. Sorry, Keith. But my wife's maiden name, Keith, is Jackson. Yeah, my son's teacher is Mrs. Jackson. And my son's grandma, other grandma and great grandma are Jacksons. So yeah, you could be related to my wife. You never know. You have to get on 23andMe, see if you're cousins with the missus. But yeah, happy birthday, mate. Hope you have a good one. Have a beer on me. Oh, go on. Hey! Darko, you did it for Keith. Took a little bit of a gamble 20 minutes ago, but I made 4 changes. 2 midfielders, centre half and a left back. Only because we're on yellows. Don't want to go down to 10 men. Give some guys a game. Why not? Oh, look at him. Look at his little play. The Shibboleth crowd. The little away fans that are there. There's about 12 of them. All chanting, "We want 4. We want 4. There's rumours in the press I might be leaving. That's going to be down to you. It's going to be down to you. So I'll explain how you can vote later in case you are new to the series or you've forgotten, but pick that one right out the back of the net. Oh no! They've just scored 2 goals. Oh! Since I last looked, they've scored 2 goals. They're winning 2-1. Bastard! Bastard! Hoping Hadjuk get a late equaliser. They're not going to, are they? No, I'm guessing we finished 3rd, which is a bit disappointing. But we've got more points than we got last year. So we've improved, even though our league position hasn't. So yeah, no Champions League qualifiers, but it's probably a good thing for him in a way. If I do leave, whoever takes over, would they be able to push him through into that Europa League group? I don't know. Maybe they still would. I'm not 100% sure how it works, even if they got knocked out straight away. I don't know. Maybe going in at the Europa League, they'll have a better chance. Hopefully just get back to that group stage, but they're in a good spot. So then, this is a job centre at the minute. And there's Krakow in Poland. I've been to Poland now. I think you can see the job I'm talking about. Basel in Switzerland. I've never been to Switzerland. I've never played in Switzerland. Not even in an offline save. Well, this is the Croatian Cup final. Dynamo did the domestic treble. They beat me in the Super Cup. They've won the league and they've won the cup. They have an absolute force. But like I said, I think given time, knowing how I play, I'd topple them one day. Will they ever get the opportunity? It's going to be down to you, innit? Let's look at my profile though. Yeah, I hit 200 games at some point. I was going to show you that. I forgot to. So I'm pretty proud of that. I mean, my contract's got another year left on it anyway. So we'll see. Let's have a look at my attributes. I don't think they've improved, have they? Since last year? I don't know. I don't think they have. Also though, let's have a look at this. Last year, I got 2 Manager of the Months, but obviously I ended the episode when I went a bit further. I won Manager of the Year. If you are new or you've forgotten, what I'll do is once this episode goes live, if you check my community tab on my channel, or you might see it on your suggested list, there'll be a vote, and you just got to vote on it. Vote to stay or vote to leave. It will be open for just over a day. I'll put a comment on the vote so you can see when it closes, just in case you're one of those guys that comes to it late. You might miss out on the vote, which is unfortunate, but I usually give myself a day because obviously I need to get playing to get the next episode out. And thank you for everyone who supported this series and stuck with it so far. Hopefully you're going to join me for episode 7 because it could be exciting. It could be a whole new part of the adventure. It's down to you. If you are brand new, don't forget, subscribe. Come and join the family. I've got the best subscribers ever. Seriously, you could become one of them. Make sure you all hit that bell as well. But thank you for the support. And yeah, I loved it. It's been ages since this. It's like waiting now to see, watching that vote to see how it goes. I love it. Oh, Jesus Christ. You scared the life out of me then, mate. What are you doing here? This is my holiday and I didn't invite you. You're supposed to be spending all summer in Switzerland in Christian Peter's lodge on a mountainside with your girlfriend. What are you doing here? CP showed up today. What, just the 3 of you? Stole your girlfriend. Oh man, I'm not surprised. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. I once went on a 2-week business trip with him, and I'm not gay, but by the end of them 2 weeks, even I wanted to have sex with him. He's gorgeous. What do you expect? So you come here, have you? With your tail between your legs. What? What else has happened? What's Greeno done? He's cut you out of the Cones R Us deal. Mate, it's Greeno. I can't believe anyone wanted to buy gold-plated cones anyway. But what do you expect from him? He's in it for himself. He's going to be sticking CP's face on it now with her. He'll probably make a lot more money, won't he? Honestly. Seriously, mate, you can't trust him. I've told you this. You've got to keep him at arm's length. I know he helped us. I know he got his new identities. But he's in it for himself. Seriously, we have to watch him. Do you know what I mean? The only person in this world that's ever had your back is me. But you haven't had my back recently. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. Do you know what? It's alright. You don't have to say sorry. We are brothers from another mothers. So yeah, I'm always here for you, mate. Chillax. We've got a long career ahead of us. We just need to stick together. Just chill out, get your shorts on, go and get a beer from the fridge.